Good morning, welcome to another lesson on speed, distance, time. This time we are going to be finding the time, which will be page 4 on the worksheet. So if I look at question 9a, it tells me the distance is 120 miles, the speed is 40 miles per hour. Can I find the time? Okay, I'm going to do this a slightly different way. If I look at the distance, 120 miles, if I travel really slowly at 1 mile per hour, it will take me 120 hours to complete the journey. If I travel 120 miles an hour at 2 miles an hour, it'll take me half the time. It'll only take me 60 hours. If I get in the car and do the 120 miles at 60 miles in 1 hour, then it'll take me 2 hours. So what am I doing to the distance and the speed to find the time? If you look at it, I'm dividing. So to find the time, it's distance divided by speed, which means formula, substitute, do. The time is 120 divided by 40. Miles divided by miles per hour will give me 3 hours. If I look at question 10a, I travel 100 miles in 40 miles per hour. Miles and miles, the units are okay. The answer will be obviously in hours. Formula, substitute, do. So the distance is 100 divided by 40, which gives me 2.5 or 2.5 hours. Remember, for question 10, your units must be correct. There must be hours and hours. You can't have a mixture of hours and minutes. You must convert to decimal. Last 4 groups of questions, you've got to change the units. If I travel 360 kilometers per hour, can I convert that to meters per second? Well, let's break it down. 360 kilometers, what's that in meters? Well, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, so if I times it by 1,000, that tells me how many meters I would travel in an hour. But I want to know how many meters I would travel in 1 second. So how many seconds in an hour? Well, there's 60 minutes in an hour, and each minute's got 60 seconds. So if I divide by 60 twice, I will convert hours to seconds. So if I do 360 times 1,000 divided by 60 times 60, I end up with an answer of 100 meters per second. If I go the opposite way, and this bit's harder, 45 meters per second converted to kilometers per hour. How do I convert meters to kilometers? Well, I'm going the other way, so this time I have to divide by 1,000. If I'm going from seconds to hours, this time I've got to multiply by 3,600 or 60 times 60 to get an answer of 162. Now there's one fact that you need to know in order to attempt 13 and 14. You need to know that 1 mile is roughly 1.6 kilometers. It's not exact, but it is roughly. So how do I convert 10 miles per hour to kilometers per hour, like you would see in the speedometer in your car? Well, if I travel 10 miles in 1 hour, how many kilometers would I travel in 1 hour? So if the time is the same, what I've got to do is 1 mile is 1 kilometer, so 10 miles will be 10 times 1.6, 16 kilometers. Now if I look at the one at the bottom, how do I go the other way? 32 kilometers per hour to miles per hour. This time you're going from the right to the left, which means rather than multiplying by 1.5, you divide by 1.6. You divide by 1.6 to get 20 miles per hour.